All right, so you wanted to understand the relationship between innovation and the Zen Buddhist 10 ox herding pictures.
Buckle up,
Yeah,
because this is where things get really interesting.
that's right.
We're going to look at the 10 ox herding pictures, which is a visual metaphor in Zen
Yeah.
for the steps on the path to enlightenment.
Right, and we are going to explore how each stage can be applied to the process of innovation.
Get ready for some aha moments.
Oh yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of those.
Yeah.
So stage 1 is seeking the ox. And
Searching for an idea.
yeah, and the source talks about how many companies like frantically search for that next big thing outside themselves.
Right?
You know, it's all conferences, market reports, competitor analysis. Does that sound familiar to you?
Oh, yeah, it's a classic pattern. They're looking everywhere, BT inside.
Right.
And this mirrors that first stage of the 10 ox herding pictures, where the ox represents, like, the source of creativity and passion.
Yeah.
And it's vanished. You know, there's a need for innovation, but the internal compass is totally lost.
It's like when you're staring at a blank page, like the start of a project.
Yeah.
You know, you need a brilliant idea, but where do you even begin?
Sure.
You feel lost and a little panicked.
Exactly. And that feeling of being lost is actually crucial.
Okay.
It pushes us to search for clues, which is stage 2, finding the tracks.
Okay.
This is where we start gathering information and seeking inspiration.
Right. So that's where all that like frantic searching comes in.
Rare.
You're devouring books, attending
Right.
every industry event, interviewing experts.
Yeah, you're following the ox's tracks,
Yeah.
hoping to catch a glimpse of where it might lead you.
Okay. And the source provides a good example here.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the initial research phase of developing a new product, gathering data, analyzing trends, starting to form a clearer picture of what's possible.
Right.
It's like those early brainstorming sessions
Yeah.
where ideas start to fly, but nothing's concrete yet.
And that leads to the excitement of stage 3, seeing the ox. A vision starts to emerge. It's not crystal clear yet,
Okay.
but it's a massive leap forward.
Right. It's that moment where a light bulb goes off and
Yeah.
you think, wait a minute, I think I'm onto something here.
Exactly, like you finally spot that elusive ox hiding in the forest.
Yeah.
And you're ready to chase it down.
You're starting to feel that surge of creative energy.
And that chase is what stage 4, catching the ox, is all about.
Okay.
This is where you move from inspiration to action.
Right. Things are getting exciting now. The
Yes.
innovator grabs hold of that idea
Yeah.
and starts turning it into something tangible. Prototypes are built,
Yeah.
user testing begins, momentum starts to build. It's like that thrilling feeling of turning a dream into reality.
The key takeaway here, and I can't stress this enough,
Okay.
it's not enough to just see the ox. You have to capture it.
Okay.
Stage 4 is all about translating inspiration into action.
Right.
It's about getting your hands dirty and making something happen.
Okay. So we've got our idea.
Right.
We're starting to build it out.
Mhm.
But then comes stage 5, taming the ox. And that's where the real work begins, right?
Absolutely. This is where you confront the inevitable challenges and setbacks that come up during development.
Okay.
You know, think about unexpected bugs in the code or unforeseen costs or feedback that sends you back to the drawing board. It's like trying to tame a wild animal. It requires patience and flexibility, a willingness to adapt and learn as you go.
And through this process of taming the ox,
Yeah.
your idea gets refined and developed into something workable. The prototype evolves.
Right.
The team starts to gel and you gain more confidence.
Yeah.
You start to see your vision taking shape.
And that sense of accomplishment we were just talking about, stage 6, riding the ox home,
Okay.
this is where things can get a little tricky.
Oh, really?
This is where that initial excitement you have might slam right into the wall of reality.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
Right.
You pour your heart and soul into a project and then crickets.
Yeah, maybe the market isn't as receptive as you thought, or a competitor beats you to the punch.
Right. It can be a real blow.
Exactly. It can be a real blow. And stage 6 forces us to kind of confront our true motivations.
Okay.
Have we been chasing external validation the whole time, like trends or recognition, instead of following that like inner drive?
Yeah.
This is where a lot of innovators, I think, get tripped up.
The source uses the term Me Too innovation.
Yeah.
And I think that really captures this trend.
Yeah.
You think you're being revolutionary, but then you realize you just created a slightly different version of something that already exists.
Exactly. It's a humbling experience, but a crucial one.
Okay.
Because from that disappointment comes a profound shift in perspective,
Why?
leading us to stage 7, ox and self-forgotten.
Okay. Now I'm intrigued.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
So the innovator, bruised but not broken, starts tapping into something much deeper. It's not about chasing external trends anymore. It's about connecting with what truly excites and motivates them.
It's like rediscovering your passion.
Exactly. The source talks about this concept of a burning group,
Okay.
a team united by shared passion that achieves extraordinary results.
Okay.
And this stage is about flow, unwavering focus, and letting go of ego.
So it's about that feeling when everyone's completely in sync.
Yes.
Working towards a common goal.
Yeah, it reminds me of some of those stories about like incredibly successful startups.
Right.
Like they weren't just building a product, they were on a mission.
Yeah, and that unwavering belief is what pushes them forward.
Exactly. And when you tap into that level of inner drive, the innovation process starts to feel effortless, almost joyful.
Okay.
And that's what we see in stage 8, returning to the source.
Everything just clicks, the right people appear, resources seem to magically materialize.
Yeah.
Progress happens organically.
Yeah.
It's almost like the universe is conspiring to help you succeed.
Right. You're no longer forcing things. You're in alignment with a deeper purpose.
Yeah.
And the source even mentions this self-innovation map as a tool for visualizing this process.
So stepping back and looking at your project from different perspectives.
Yeah, it's like those optical illusions.
Right.
Where you have to kind of shift your viewpoint to see the hidden image.
Exactly.
And by changing our perspective,
Okay.
we break free from those like limiting boxes we tend to create for ourselves. And we can discover new possibilities.
And that's when true innovation emerges.
That's when true innovation emerges.
So we've gone through this incredible journey of self-discovery,
Right.
found our purpose, and brought our innovative idea to life.
Yeah.
So what's next? What happens when we reach the final stage?
Well, the final stage, entering the marketplace, reminds us that the innovator's journey doesn't end with a successful product or service.
Okay.
It's about using that experience to inspire and help others.
So it's about giving back and contributing to something larger than yourself.
Precisely think about those innovators
Right.
who achieve success and then become mentors, sharing their knowledge and supporting the next generation.
It's a beautiful cycle of giving back and paying it forward.
Exactly. Think about how you can use your unique experiences to make a difference in the world around you. Have you ever had a mentor who kind of opened your eyes to new possibilities?
Yeah.
Or maybe you've developed a skill or perspective that could benefit others.
Yeah.
You know, this stage is about recognizing that our journey doesn't end with our own success.
Right.
It's about using that success to lift others up.
It's like that saying, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
True innovation isn't just about personal gain. It's about creating positive change that has a ripple effect on the world.
And that's the true beauty of the 10 Ox Herding Pictures.
Yeah.
They offer a roadmap not just for creating innovative products, but for living a more fulfilling and impactful life. They remind us that innovation isn't just about what we create in the world, but also about who we become in the process.
We've journeyed through all 10 stages, and I have to say, it's been an incredible journey. We started with that search for innovation, feeling a little lost and unsure,
Right.
and ended up discovering that true innovation comes from a deeper place within ourselves.
It's remarkable how these ancient Zen teachings can illuminate the modern process of innovation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It speaks to the universality of human experience,
It really does.
regardless of time or context.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if those Zen masters were onto something all those centuries ago. Maybe the path to enlightenment and the path to true innovation aren't so different after all.
Maybe they're two sides of the same coin.
Perhaps.
They both involve a process of self-discovery,
Right.
a shedding of those preconceived notions, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
Yeah, it's about letting go of our attachment to outcomes and just trusting the journey.
And ultimately, it leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us,
Absolutely.
which I think is what makes this exploration so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's not just about creating new products.
Right.
It's about creating a better future for ourselves and for humanity.
It's been a pleasure unpacking these ideas with you.
Likewise.
And I'm curious, what stands out to you the most from our deep dive today?
What's resonating with me on a personal level, honestly, I think it's that shift from seeking external validation to trusting our own inner compass.
Okay.
It's so easy to get caught up in trends and comparisons.
Yeah.
But this framework reminds us that the most powerful ideas come from a place of deep personal passion and conviction.
That's powerful.
It's about finding that fire within and letting it guide us.
Yeah. And if you could apply just one of these stages to a current project or challenge you're facing, which one would it be?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think for me, it would be stage 8, oxen self-forgotten.
Okay.
You know that moment where you let go of all the external noise
Right.
and just focus on the pure essence of what you're trying to create?
I can imagine that clarity being incredibly liberating.
Yeah, and empowering. Well, I think we've given our listener a lot to ponder today.
Indeed.
And as always, I encourage you to continue exploring these ideas.
Yeah, we've only just scratched the surface of what the 10 Oxfording pictures can teach us about innovation, about ourselves, and about the very nature of human potential.
So keep questioning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep innovating.
The world needs your unique gifts and talents.
That's right.
And the 10 Oxfording pictures can help you unlock them.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.